I should have said no. I should have said no for that particular thing. You think you know everything? You think you know everything? You think you can talk to me like that right now? You know what's your problem? Your problem is just not listening to anybody who tells you something. I just recorded me talking something which is very perfect at home, because this was what I should have told earlier, 3 hours before, when I was talking to the actual person in the actual situation. All I did is I smiled there. I said, sure, I'll do it. And then now here I am. Have you ever opened your fridge and stood still? You did not even know why you opened that fridge for? Have you wrote a text message in your mobile and just before you could send it to somebody, you read that again and again, and during a fine beautiful night where it's raining and it's calm and everything, you are there in your bed looking at your ceiling, but you just don't know, or you just cannot stop overthinking. It happens to me every now and then. So this is how overthinking gets to us. So before overthinking drains your energy, your sleep and your peace, it's better for us to learn to stop overthinking. So this video will showcase those parts or signs which you will know where you're going to start overthinking or whether you are overthinking already. So let me take you over to part 1, which is called as the loop trap. So the first sign is replaying a conversation in your mind back to back again and again like it's a record. Every time once that conversation is finished with somebody, we come back, we sit in the chair and we get exact solid points of what we should have told them rather than telling it then and there in that conversation or in an argument. Brings you into a lot of imaginary arguments which are never going to happen in your life between whoever you think you're going to have that with. That is the truth, guys, okay? This is never going to happen. But our mind tells us, what if it happens? What if that situation comes? How will you react, Rupesh? So the problem with this particular attitude is it leads to a lot of self-doubt, regret, and a lot of fake scenarios which will be playing around you. Or your brain will be just going like zzz in a sort of electro mode. What is the solution for this is basically, so if that problem or situation will not matter to you in the next 3 days, don't worry about it. And another thing is, do not spend more than 10 minutes thinking about that same exact problem. So these are some good ways with which you can stop this. What if this guy does not trust me? What if my boss fires me tomorrow? What if she says no? Okay, let me not talk this to her tomorrow. Let me give it some time. So coming to part 2. So this is called as the delay habit. So for example, let me tell you, you spend 15 minutes choosing what you wanted to wear, okay? Or 10 minutes writing the perfect message reply. The best thing for us to do is, rather than delaying anything, we either write down the solution and see, or talk to the person who's concerned about that particular problem and get a solution from them. Now, what is the solution here is, try decision deadlines. So decision deadlines is a very interesting thing. You go over to your wardrobe and you open it and you are still deciding about what to wear. Now, like I told you in the part 1, so if this decision does not matter to you or it's not going to be a big deal in the next 3 days, just take the decision faster. How faster is the question mark. So what you can do is, you can take your mobile, set the timer to 60 seconds and all you need to do is just take that decision before that. That's it. Just take the decision faster. So if today you have taken half an hour to select which movie you wanted to see, tomorrow all you need to do is take 15 minutes only, have a stopwatch. Day after, go for 10. After that, go for 5 minutes. That's it. That is how you can save another 15 minutes and get to watch the best movie which you liked. So this delay habit, let's throw it out, let's get on with our day, because it's taking too much of our day's time and the bandwidth is extensive, okay? Let's not waste too much time, guys. So there is something called as the information overload. You go to Google and search too much. Let's say you're searching for symptoms, reviews, meanings, and what people said about what, and you have 10 tabs open and you can't get an answer from not even one single tab. This is called as information overload. What is the problem here is there's a lot of confusion. It keeps growing and then there is no clarity at all in the end about your answer which you're planning to find. What is the solution for this? Apply the one source rule. One source rule is like how we keep bookmarks or favorites in our browsers. All you need to do is, if it's going to be something which you need to read about a medical condition or whatever, have a single website. Read from it, just get the answer. Just go to a single website, just mark it. Every time you go there only and you see the answer. You can't open 10 websites for the same problem. Now in neuroscience, too much data overloads the prefrontal cortex. Now I'm not a medical guy, okay, this is just a fact. The area responsible for decision making. This information overload is a major drawback in our day-to-day lives. If you think that you're overloading your brain with too much information, also know that you will not be able to make a fast sound decision for something. Have you heard someone tell, it took me 4 days to decide that. It took me 6 months to decide about that thing. See, these are some examples where they could have done it faster. So do not overload your brain or your prefrontal cortex. So that's good for our lives, guys. Good for our life. I've set everything up, but I still don't have that mood to, sort of shoot a video. I'm pretty lazy. Okay, this one is another favorite of mine. It is called as the night spiral. It's a very catchy name which I gave. I'll tell you what is a night spiral. You cannot sleep because you're solving a problem which is purely imaginary and you're trying to solve that and then you're stressed out. This is called the night spiral. A few things which come into your mind is, what if I fail in the test next? What if my boss did not like my presentation? What if my spouse did not like what I did? So overthinking is often worst more than the day during the night. So nighttime magnifies the fears and adds a lot of weight to the smaller problems which we already have. So the solution for this is, you can do a dump journaling. So you can keep a dump and drop method of writing or journaling. What does that do is, write down the maximum solutions which you can give to that problem, read it, throw it. Just write it down, keep it safe, go back, and then you tell yourself, okay, I put the problem on the paper. Tomorrow morning I'll wake up, I'll read the problem, I'll solve it, that's it. Our aim is to stop the night spiral and sleep better. That's it. That's the only thing which we are aiming at. Okay, I have thought about this 100 times. Let me think once more. What if that happens? Are you a person who keeps saying sorry for the smallest of problems, even if it is not your fault? Remember where you need to tell a sorry, whether it's really needed for the other side. So the problem here is over-apologizing always has that particular sense where you wanted more approval, okay, or constant approval for yourself. What is the solution for this? Replace the word sorry with something else. That's it. Most of the time, guys, most of the times we are not at fault, but then sorry just slips out of the mouth. So we need to stop that. So this is mainly our aim is to stop over apologizing rather than over apologizing and telling a lot of sorries. Change the phrase so that the people in front of you accept you or listen to you. Guys, imagine you just met the right person in your life and you're seeing them right in front of you, but then your brain tells you, don't talk now. This is what I call it as delay in expressing yourself. You need the best timing to express yourself in situations so that things don't go haywire. Have you ever come back home and thought to yourself, I should have said no. I should have said no. Why did I say yes? See, the problem here is fear of being judged. Yes, that's there, which will lead to inner chaos. What we can do about this for this particular issue is where you cannot express yourself is, you need to have a 3W method. You need to know what you feel, why you feel, and why you need that particular thing. You're there in the situation, you're right in reality, and the person is right in front of you. Rather than expressing yourself there, you come back home and express yourself in front of a mirror or to this camera. Our aim is to stop delaying expressing yourselves. When your gut tells you, tell this right now, it's the right time, just tell that right now, and that will definitely be the right time, and things will be on track. So let's practice that, guys. So these are the things which I think really meant a lot to me while I was in a growing period. Now overthinking is not a disease, guys. If you remember that, overthinking is not a disease. It is just a habit. So the next time your mind tells you a silly thought which is not even important for your life, which is not a big deal, you can tell your mind directly. You can have a conversation with your brain telling, bro, not today, we're not doing that today. I need to have my day peaceful. That's what you can do. And if you think there is somebody or anybody who can be of good use with this information, share this video to them, which will be, I'll be the happiest to, sort of help them out, right? Through my videos. And one more thing is, if you are new here to my channel, do press the subscribe button, because every video what I do will definitely help you in some part or some phase of your life. So until I see you guys with a very good video next time, stay tuned for amazing things to come from Rupesh and everything. Thank you so much. What if, oh my god, that email was not really right. I should have read it again. I read it 100 times, but I had to read it once more, right? Now I don't know what my boss will think about me.